Do you want to rank fast on Etsy with some simple analytics that doesn't require a whole lot of understanding of SEO? I've got a secret tactic using the analytics that they provide for us that you can improve your ranking with very little work at all. So what you want to do is in your shop manager, go to marketing and then analytics beta, and this gives you a wealth of information. The very first thing it's showing us is how often an item has an impression. Now, an impression just simply means when someone searches for a search term, your item shows up on that page. So a term with a high number of impressions on this page for you means two fantastic things. Firstly, it means it's a search term that customers really search for. It has a high volume of traffic. And it also means that it's one that you're already kind of ranking for. Now, if you look along, it shows the average number of where you're ranking for this. Now, this varies. If you have lots of items with this search term, then this might bring down your average a bit. But also, your position isn't fixed. As other people come in with new listings, as your listing sells and relists, its position will vary. So it's not fixed at that position. But if you're fairly low down, if you're below position 20, then that's quite low down and there's room for improvement. So if you're wanting the really simplest way to make a quick and easy improvement, find the one that has the top number of impressions, find that term, but that has you in a fairly low position, below position 20 on average, and you can just work from there. Now, I'm going to recommend just a tiny bit more work. If you pop over to eRank, and then you can search for that search term in your shop and have a look if any of your items are ranking compared to everyone else. You can look for the whole of the world or just for your country. And if you look, you might find that at that point in time you're not even ranking. So that tells you that this is a fairly competitive term, and at the minute in term you're not ranking. But your analytics are telling you that you can rank for that, and you do rank for that, and it might be worth working on it. So you've found yourself a target keyword without all the target keyword research. You've found yourself a good one. So what you're going to do, at the side here you can click and see which listings actually are optimized for this term, which listings that Etsy looks at and says, okay, we're going to show these to this person because of, and then it shows you what words in your title and your tags that it's pulling in. And what you might find, what might happen is it's not fully optimized. It's not got all the data. It's not the best. Now, as you can see for mine, cat lover gift, I'm doing pretty good on that, but I'm not ranking in the top 20. And if you look at my items, they're not fully optimized. My number one listing, now I wouldn't generally say to change your number one listing because this listing for me is pulling in a massive amount of sales. But hey, it's a good time to experiment. And if we look, this title is awful. It's far too big of a title. It's far too long. And my key term is way buried at the back of it. And what Etsy's actually saying is it's only picking up the first word from that. It's not actually picking up all the words, which this is an interesting point. This might actually mean that Etsy doesn't read all the words in your title, which is super interesting, and I'll have to look into some more. But at the minute in time, it's only picking up the first word in the title and getting the rest from the tags. So let's optimize this some more. If you're wanting to really optimize just for one term, then focus your title on that. Don't aim for lots of other things. Now, as I say, this is a really good seller, so I'm just going to take out a few terms, make the title a bit shorter, put my target keyword right at the front of the title, and adjust the tags a little bit to focus more in on this. And we'll come back to it at a later date and see if we're ranking a little bit better. Once you've made these changes, another thing that you can do is renew this item. Now, don't renew items all the time, but this one's doing fairly well for a competitive term, and basically you're saying to Etsy, I've made some changes, can you have another look at this? So it's fine to do a renewal when you've made some massive changes. It's just asking it to kind of re-index it, have another wee look. Another extra stage, which is slightly more work, but if you want to do even better, if you check Google Analytics for this term and see what the trend is like for this term, or you can check this on eRank as well. You can see the trend for the searches for this term. Obviously for cat lover gift, this one kicks off. This is way better. November, December time and falls off. But there's actually still a fair amount of search traffic all through the year, so this is a good term. And it's on Google and it's on Etsy, so we might get some traffic from Google if we can optimize. So also shortening your title is much better for Google. And in this case, I would also add this keyword. Make sure it's in your description as well, because Google reads the start of your descriptions. So that is a really quick and simple method of finding keywords that you're almost optimized for, that are good, that drive a lot of traffic, and just tweaking those using your analytics. It can take less than 5 minutes. Just give that a go and see how it works out. As I say, I wouldn't necessarily aim for improving your listings that are doing fantastically well, but it can be a good thing to boost a meh listing, or just to find new keywords to focus in on a wee bit. I hope that helped. I'm Pam Duthie. I'm here to help you craft your career with creative marketing and artistic inspiration. So don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, let me know in the comments down below if there's anything else you would like me to focus in on and help you out with. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.